Are you ready for the effects that are going to come from this new moon solar eclipse in Aquarius, February 17th, 2026? This eclipse is going to bring in radical authenticity, technological and social innovations, and collective consciousness shifts from me to we. I'm Pam, the Lucky Mermaid, bringing you this psychic crystal reading for this new moon solar eclipse in Aquarius. You may want to watch your sun sign, your rising sign, and your moon sign, because this eclipse is not just going to affect your sun sign only. And if you're born on the cusp of your sign, check out your cusp sign also, the element that goes along with your cusp sign. So, all that being said, now on to your psychic crystal reading for this new moon solar eclipse in Aquarius. And I'm starting with the element of Earth. This is Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgo. You may feel like you're on a, I don't know if I want to say a boat, but like rocky waters, shifting and changing waters, the sands of your life shifting and changing. You may feel, earth signs, like you want to do something very definitive. And remember, the energies of this eclipse are going to last for 6 to 9 months, or even up to a year. And you could have this energy like you want to put your foot down. You want to, it could be to your kids. It could be at your significant other. It could be with clients or customers. It could be to bosses, employers. I don't know who, family members, other family members. But I get you like being definitive. You wanting to put your foot down, like exercise your authority. You may really be wishing for a lot of change. Some of you may be wishing for change in the world. Some of you may be wishing for change in your personal life. And eclipses do bring fated events, change, new beginnings, endings, and karma. For some of you earth signs, I feel that you are going to be trying out a lot of new products. It could be foods, but it could be new products of other types. Products to use to clean your home, products to use for your skin or health. It could be new vitamins and minerals and tinctures and things you want to try. But trying new products comes up here. Some of you could get invited to a really fun gathering. It could even be a prominent gathering. There could be a lot of people that maybe are influential. But I feel like this is a positive thing, and it could open up some doorways or opportunities for you. But if it doesn't do that, it's definitely going to spark your creative juices in your mind and get you motivated, and your thoughts are going to be really activated and flowing from going to this event. Some of you are going to be really lucky that my guides are saying you reel in a big fish. So it could be like maybe there's an account you want to get, or you want to be friends or in a love relationship with somebody that you really have on a pedestal. So there's some kind of big fish that you are going to catch and reel in during this energy. Like I said, can last for 6 to 9 months or up to a year. And the eclipse effects actually start 1 month prior to the eclipse. Some of you could find out that something that you are categorized in puts you into a new realm or a new level or a new category. It could be at a job. It could be a tax bracket. It could be some other category that you're going to get some benefit or blessing from that. It's not a bad like level or category or like I said, it could be at work, it could have to do with taxes, it could be something else, but it is a positive thing for you. So here are the 3 cautions for the earth signs. You have to be careful. This could activate in you like belligerence. So you could get like annoyed or, be mad or discontented with a love partner, family member, somebody, friends or people you're in clubs, groups, or organizations with. And you could really like go off the rails. Like you could really let somebody have it. And it might be too much. You might express too much annoyance, frustration, and anger that later you regret and wish you hadn't. So tempering your temper is going to be good advice for the earth signs. Some of you earth signs need more schooling or training in something in your life. It could be to do with your career, or it could be if you want to start a new business. Or it could be like maybe it's a hobby and it's something that you really like to do, but you need more training in it to move up the different levels. And don't get frustrated. The advice here is, be patient. All of this is going to come about for you, but it's just going to take time. You got to watch your footing and where you step. I mean, it could be simple like you step in something, maybe you have pets, or you step in something and then you track it in your house. But it could also be watch your footing like if you're stepping on a ladder, off a ladder, going down steps, going up steps. Just really watch your footing, watch your steps, watch where you're walking. I know that sounds ridiculous, but it could be more serious. I mean, it could be, you can fall down steps and hurt yourself or slip on ice. Look out for black ice or anything. Just watch your footing because it could be simple, but it could be more critical. So I'd be careful of your footing. So I hope these messages were of help to you, and I hope they made sense. Now on to the element of water. This is Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. This could be a new moon eclipse where you are really trying to go out of your way and impress somebody. It could be somebody you're interested in romantically. It could be your boss. It could be clients or customers. But I feel some of the water signs feeling like I'm going out of my way to impress this person for whatever the reason will be. I see you getting linked up with new people, water signs. Now remember, these eclipse effects last 6 to 9 months or even up to a year. But I get you linked up with new people. It could be like at your job where your boss is like, or your, where you work, they're like, oh, we're joining these units together. Or you're going to work with this group of people or this team or this division now. So it could be a work-related thing for some of you, but for some of you, it could be socially or romantically. This eclipse is making the water signs have to clean out dark corners. This could be in your basement. It could be in closets, crawl spaces, attics, storage units, under your bed. I don't know where, but I get like having to clean out dark corners. Maybe they're dusty, or maybe you're going to move. I don't know the reason, but this eclipse is going to drive you to be inspired to do that. Some of you water signs are going to have to shadow somebody. And it could be like you get a new job and you have to shadow this person that's going to be training you. Or you're going to be shadowing somebody that comes into the company and says, hey, we're going to shift and change the things in this company, and or your department's changing, or you're changing the unit or team or group you're in, and you need to shadow somebody that's showing you the ins and outs and the ropes. Or it could be at a new job. It could be something like that. But shadowing somebody, you could even have somebody shadowing you. Maybe that you are training somebody. If you go for a new job interview over the course of the next 6 to 9 months, or even up to a year, I feel like you get hired for this job. And I feel like they hire you quickly, either immediately at the interview or, a week after. Like, it feels like quick, immediate hire. And this is what you want. It's not something you don't want. This is like a blessing for you. Some of you are really changing and you're developing something new. It could be a business. It could be something you already own or create. It could even be your own self. Like maybe you're going to go through some kind of transformation here and you're changing your appearance, or you're changing things about your personality. But for some of you, it could be revising and revamping and changing something you already do or create. But it's going to be positive. You're going to like it, and it will be well received by others. Some of you are going to have a new romance that's going to come in here over the course of the next 6 to 9 months, or up to a year. So here are the 3 cautions for the water signs about this eclipse. You have to be careful you don't get in too deep too quickly with someone that you start telling them everything, and maybe you don't know this person well enough. So keep some of your cards close to your vest. It's not the time to spill your guts and say all your secrets and personal ins and outs and history and all that. It's not the best time to do that. I'm not saying don't share information, but you need to be cautious of what you share and how much you share with others, especially with employers, coworkers, new friends, or social people you're going to meet, or potentially new romantic partners. My guides are saying your suspicions about somebody are correct. That somebody has been messing around and diddling around with something financially that is either illegal or a detriment to you. So it could have to do with wills and estates. It could have to do with taxes. It could be accountants, bookkeepers, taxes. It could be bosses or a company or business you work for could be messing around with like benefits, pay, refunds, accounts that are already in play. But it comes up as suspicions you already have. So suspicions you are already in your mind, that you're worried about somebody's messing around, got their hand in the cookie jar with money or fooling around with money, and it's money that would be affecting you. Your suspicions about it will prove to be correct. And then you're going to have to decide what you're going to do with it. How do you handle it? Do you go after it legally? Do you confront them straight on? Do you do your own investigations to try to find out more information? You water signs will all handle it differently. You have to be really careful that you don't pretend to be somebody or something you're not, especially if you go to any gatherings or celebrations, or you meet important people, or you go on any job interviews, or you date somebody new. Present yourself genuinely and factually. Because if you try to pretend or come off like you are different in ways that you're really not, just because you think that's what's going to work out, that's the best thing to do. It will come back and bite you in the butt. So keep that in mind about being as genuine and as upfront and like genuine to who you really are in situations over this next year, but especially the first 3 to 6 months or even 9 months. So I just want to jump in here and let you know there are some new video series I've recorded for my Vimeo on-demand videos and for my Patreon shop. If you want to get more information and messages on a much more detailed and elaborately presented scale about this particular eclipse, you could get my eclipse effects from the new moon solar eclipse in Aquarius, February 17th, 2026, psychic tarot, crystal, and oracle card readings for each sign of the zodiac. You may want to get your sun sign and your rising sign, or your sun sign and your cusp sign. I don't know what you want to get, but you might want to get more than one sign. The next video series I'd like to talk about that's new is my Big Love readings for 2026 for singles and couples. The first half of the readings, I'm covering the single people of your sign, and the second half of the reading, I'm covering the coupled people of your sign for this year of 2026. I do that because you can shift and change your status. You could start out single in the year, end up in a couple, or you could start out coupled at the beginning of the year and end up single. So it's all in one reading for you. Some people have told me over the years they get their Venus sign and find their Venus sign is accurate for them, but I recommend whatever you normally find resonates with you on my YouTube and Rumble readings. Lastly, you might want to think about getting my psychic crystal readings for February 2026. They are an expansion and a continuation of the psychic tarot readings that I do for each month. So if you want to find out more messages and predictions from my spirit guides for February, you might want to get those crystal readings. These links are posted down below in the description box in the Show More section, and they're also on my website at theluckymermaid.com on the videos page. However, that needs to be updated, so you can definitely get them by clicking on the links down below in the description box. So, thank you for listening to me about what I have offered there. Now on to the element of fire. This is Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. This is going to be an eclipse that's going to make many of you fire signs want to break free from whatever you feel is limiting and binding to you. You may find that you start communicating and talking a lot more. If you're already a chatty, communicative person, it's going to be amplified. If you're not normally that chatty and communicative, it's going to increase for you over the course of the next 6 to 9 months or even up to a year. You may really be very grateful. Start focusing on gratitude and think about all the things you're happy and grateful for, and it may make you want to channel this energy and this gratefulness into some kind of creation or something that you want to create. It could be maybe you're going to paint a picture or do a mosaic or do some kind of carving or write a story or write some lyrics for a song or compose a song. It's going to, whatever you're thankful and grateful for, maybe you're going to write a book or write poems or prayers. It's going to inspire you to create something, whatever you're grateful for. This could really inspire you, fire signs, to want to bring about change within your family. Now, that could be a family you created as a couple with someone else, or it could be the family that you are raised in. But it could really be inspiring for you where you you want to go on family vacations more, or you want to go out to eat dinner with them more, or have more family get-togethers and gatherings if you haven't been doing it, or, you know, I don't know, something is involving you wanting to change things in relation to family. Some of you could create something and everybody's going to want to buy it, or everybody's going to want to hire you. So your talents and skills are going to be acknowledged and noticed. And like if you have a business, you're going to get more clients and customers. If you create something, everybody's going to want you to create that same thing for them, or they're going to want to buy your products and services, or they're going to want to hire you for jobs. So you got a lot of success around you from this eclipse that people are going to recognize and notice and want more of it, or want you to do things for them specifically. I feel like your finances are really going to start to increase or build up. And it could be from a business you own or something that you are going to build. It could be maybe it's an online community, maybe it's a website, maybe it's literally a brick and mortar store. But I get the words building and financial gain building. So anything you build over this next year is going to go well financially for you. It's going to build up your finances. Some of you fire signs are going to make a new start in a relationship. So maybe you had a friendship or a family relationship that fell apart, or, you know, got rocky, or you were married or seriously coupled and you broke up, or maybe you're still coupled with them now, but it hasn't been going well. There's a new start in a relationship that's going to be positive, that's going to come to you from the energies of this new moon solar eclipse in Aquarius. Now, here are the 3 cautions for the fire signs. You got to be careful you don't let your imagination run away with you, and you need to really think very carefully before you speak, because you could be certain that this is what's going on and that's what's going on, and then you could be, and it could be things you don't like. Well, it would be, and you're going to be could be confrontational about it. You might not be correct. Maybe you're a little correct, possibly a speck, but you're misreading something, or you're jumping to a conclusion, or you're feeling like something's bad and not going right that somebody else is doing, and you may be wrong about it. So be careful of being too impulsive, jumping to conclusions, and being accusatory, because it could come back and not go well for you. You have to be careful of too much fussiness or pickiness when dealing with businesses or individuals, because I hear that if you're too fussy and picky, people are going to not want to do business with you or deal with you. Could be family members. Maybe family members are going to be like, I don't want to spend time with them. They're too fussy and picky about everything. Or friends, or you know, people that could buy things from you or do business with you. If you're too fussy and picky and this and that, it could turn off people and push people away from you that you really don't want to push away from you. This energy will be the strongest in the month of February 2026, but it can last 6 to 9 months or up to a year. Okay, you have to be careful, fire signs. My guides are saying your eyes are going to be bigger than your stomach. This can apply to eating, right? Eyes bigger than your stomach. That means you want to eat and eat and eat, and you could make yourself sick, or you know, you could waste food by you pile up food on your plate or in your shopping basket at the food store or your shopping cart or whatever, and then you can't eat all the food, or there's waste or throwing things out. But that can also be not food related. You may go to like a flea market, a yard sale, or some special, or a store that's having a phenomenal sale, and you are like, I got to get this and I got to get that and this and that and this and that, and you get all this stuff and you've got too much stuff. And now you either have to give it away or take it back, or you can't use it all. So be careful of your eyes being bigger than your stomach in relation to food, or purchasing other things that you actually don't really need. So I hope those messages were of help to you, and I hope they made sense. Now on to this element of air. This is Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. This eclipse is going to bring forth for the air signs a lot of change. Some of you are going to want to stop doing something and begin something new. So it could be a career or a job, and you want to stop doing it because you're going to begin something new over the course of the next 6 to 9 months, or even up to a year. Some of you air signs are going to get back together with somebody that you broke up with in a romantic relationship, or it could even be a friendship or a family relationship where you had distance, you stopped talking, you weren't communicating anymore, or if you were in a marriage or in a relationship, you broke up. This eclipse could bring you guys back together again. This eclipse could have the air signs digging deep into family business. Now, this could mean wills and estates, or a business. If your family actually owns a business, you could be digging into the family business by like working more, or going over records, or documents, records, digging into the family business. Maybe you didn't want to be in it before, and now you are going to dig in and get into it. But it could also be digging into family business that's like private information of other family members, where you're like, what are they up to? Maybe you have some question, or you don't trust them, or, I don't know. But you could be digging into family business in some aspect. Some of you air signs are going to receive some kind of important nomination, recognition, or award. And you're going to be really happy about it. It's going to be positive for you, good news for you. Some of you could bring about some really happy news, engagement of marriage, birth of a child. And if you're not the one bringing that good news and messages to other people, somebody in your life that you love and care about could be bringing those kinds of messages to you. Some of you, over the course of the next 6 to 9 months, or up to a year, are going to go away on a family vacation, and you guys are going to have the time of your life. You're going to love it. And it may be something you've already done before, and it's a repeat, and you're doing it again, or it could be new. But if it's new and you have a great time, it could be something that you do every year from here on out. So here are the 3 cautions for the air signs. You have to be careful, air signs, that you don't get dug in too deep in either being stingy, picky, fussy, like all of that. Anything where you're like too particular, too fussy, too stingy, not like, you need to let stuff go and relax, especially about things that you fuss about, things that you worry about, things that you fuss about. You need to really let it go, because you're not only are you going to you're creating too much stress in yourself, or going to create too much stress in yourself, you're creating too much animosity or stress in those people around you. And that doesn't put you in a good light. You really need to be careful, air signs. Do not overwork yourself. And if it's any kind of work that you could hire somebody to do that. Because you don't need to break your back Like maybe you're trying to dig up big shrubs in your yard or move trees or landscape or dig up your driveway and pour concrete or lay blacktop or put down pavers or whatever. And you're like, I can do it myself. You're going to hurt yourself, possibly your back, herniated discs, slipped discs, pulled muscles, whatever. Pay somebody to do it, even though you may think, I know how to do it. I'm going to handle it myself. Not over this course of this next 6 to 9 months or even up to a year. I wouldn't. Hire somebody that's a professional. Wow, that's an interesting one. Air signs, you need to be careful that you don't snub somebody that later you're going to come to regret. So you may have like there may be somebody you meet or somebody you don't like that much, or you're just like, eh, eh. And you blow them off or snub them, it's going to come back to haunt you, and you may have to work for them, or they could influence clients and customers that come to you or don't come to you, or they could post negative comments on Yelp or somewhere. I don't know, but be very careful. Be kind, be gracious, and don't snub people. If you snub, there's going to be somebody you're going to be real tempted to blow off and snub, and it's going to come back to haunt you. So keep that in mind. So I hope these messages were of help to you, and I hope they made sense. Thank you so very much for watching. I do truly appreciate it. Thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing to my channel. It does mean a lot to me, and it does help me a lot. And when you click like, it does, I think, help on the algorithms. And when you subscribe, that also helps as well. And if you do subscribe, make sure you hit that notification bell and click all, so you get notified when I upload my videos here to YouTube if you enjoy these videos. And if you're interested in any of the special videos I record on very specific topics, bringing you more psychic predictions and messages from my spirit guides, you can get them on my Vimeo on-demand videos and also on my Patreon shop. I've created a list you can read here on this slide. They are also linked below this video in the description box, and many of the links are on my website at theluckymermaid.com on the videos page. So I hope you all have absolutely amazing energy that comes to you from this new moon solar eclipse in Aquarius, February 17th, 2026. And know that I wish you many blessings and peace.